Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you all had a great weekend. And we're off to a pretty roaring start for a Monday. Had a little bit of a pullback last week, Thursday and Friday. And welcome to Mornings with Michael for information and educational purposes only, and sometimes some entertainment. So let's go to the screens. So here's our heat map today. We have a little time to go over a little more since we did not get our morning update today. So Microsoft was down earlier and then it popped back up. Its earnings are tomorrow. NVIDIA was up. Adobe was up. SM Supermicro Semiconductor was up slightly, but it is roaring with its earnings call after hours. So we'll take a look at that as well. Most things popped up as there's a lot of buying in the bonds, so the bond yields dropped a lot. So we'll take a look at that as well. So that's what supported stocks, and the small cap stocks really took off as well. So that's that. We always show the screen. We think 85 to 90% of people should have at least some portion of their money in an annuity. Annuity goes up, never lose money. It'll go up a step and then go up another step. And that's how you double your money over time in an annuity. And it beats index investing by about 5% per year. How do they do that? They give you a bonus when you open up an account. Right now, the bonuses are around 25%. They vary from time to time. So if you want any more information about them, feel free to reach out to us. So that's on annuities. Let's go to our screens. We're taking a look back at a stock that we looked at with BLTE. This one has kind of bobbed and weaved. If you took your profits up here, you'd have been smart. And we'll see if it's trying to come back up again. BLTE. Interesting. Over the last week, they've had a couple of big sell-offs. They had a big sell-off here and it closed with a slight gain. Had another big sell-off today with it off about 7 cents. So I'm not sure if this is early warnings. We do not have the shares anymore, but that's that. Let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar looks like it's unchanged for the day. After hours, it's up 1 cent. Gold is bouncing off the 50-day moving average, up 0.71% today. Silver is doing the same, almost up 1.7%. Copper sold off initially and then popped up at the end. Southern Copper doing about the same. FCX sold off and bouncing back, up 1.6%. Vale sold off and couldn't make it back. Rio bounced back a little bit, and BHP it is down, sold off last week, and it just can't get itself up again. And here is the bond issues that we were talking about that really sold off hard when There's a lot of buying in bonds, down 1.66%. 20-year is at 3.3%, and it sold off as well, down 2.24%. The VIX jumped up. We had a price of about 14.12, so it really cleared that out when it went over 15, hit the 200-day moving average, and then sold off. Closed up 0.34%, or 0.34 cents, up 2.5%. S&P 500 continues making new highs. So it's off a little bit after hours. RSP, the equal weight, looks like it's about ready to break out to a new high. 158.60 is the previous high. It's currently, after hours anyway, 158.50. Had a nice move of 0.61% today. The NASDAQ getting pretty close to an all-time high. On this chart, it looks like it's an all-time high. But I think if you go to the NASDAQ composite, not sure what happened there. I think this is it. Maybe it is at an all-time. Guess it is at an all-time high. It's right around 14,000. Thought it was 16,000. If I find the index that I'm actually looking for, I'll bring it up later. Yeah, okay, I did find it. Let me bring this up on the chart. So according to this, it is has hit an all-time high, but I thought it on the chart I was looking at was above 16,000, but I could be wrong. So we'll move on. And the NASDAQ equal weight moved up 1% today. QQQ, pretty close, 1.02. The IWM was the best one today, up 1.75%. It pulled back here, but not as much volume as you'd like to see, but that is an impressive move. And then the Dow Jones moves higher as well, a little lower volume, I think there was higher volume either on the S&P, a little higher on the NASDAQ, and a little lower on the S&P. Let's look at the S&P index itself. It was actually a little higher on the index itself as it moved higher today. So what was some of the key movers before let's take a look at SMCI. It was up impressively earlier. It was up at 525 right after it announced, and now it's up to 541. This is just simply amazing, up 200 points in a little over 2 weeks. Yes, and I sold my 6 shares, so I kind of missed that move. So these are the companies that were breaking out today. Bluebird Bio, it had just nudged up, and then when the rates pulled back, it continued up strong. Woodward manufactures energy control optimization solutions. It's breaking out as well. The food area, Shake Shack, had a nice move there as well. Got a lot of blue volume over here. And Adobe. Last week we got out of Kava, another food area. We got back in earlier today as it moved above 46.25. That's when it decided to get back in. Looks like a pocket pivot here. Chipotle, also in the food area, which we compare a lot to Kava. Chipotle, when it first came out, was around $40 a share, and now it's over $2,400 a share. So if you had 1,000 shares of Chipotle, you held on to them, you'd be sitting pretty right now. This is Kathy Woodstock, UIA Path, develops robotic process automation to eliminate the need for employees to execute. So it was up over 6% today. Did put on a 20, I believe it's a 25/30 option for February expiration. We'll kind of see how that goes. The other companies we put on, we did a spread option. We did a straight option on 4. I believe it was 77 for February expiration. And TOST, about 100 shares in the morning. And around here, we'll see if it can get above the 200-day moving average. And we put on call options on Square or Block. And it has cleared all its moving averages now in strong fashion. Pretty good volume here. Earnings are in 24 days. So let's get back. Here's what kind of moved in the market today. Rev Group manufactures, distributes specialty vehicles and market parts and services. Lucid beat their deliveries estimates. They're up 27%. Rivian was up 5.43%. Rapid7 in the software security area. Looks like it had a pocket pivot here as well. Pretty good volume. Broke out of that area. Sentinel-1 gapped up and finished strong. Also in the software security area. Appfolio, which had a big kind of breakout on Friday, continues up strong today. App11 broke out today. Pretty good volume. We put on the spread, I believe it was last Wednesday or Thursday. When it was right around 43 or 44, we put on a 45.50 spread for February. Oh, Oshkosh has earnings tomorrow. What's up pretty well. MSTR Pharmaceuticals have some pretty strong volume, but it was up 2.8%. They still really need to get above these moving averages. Hub Group in manufacturing electrical wiring transmission system for utility and industrials. Pretty strong volume. They have their earnings tomorrow. F5 continues strong upward. Earnings due after the bell, and their earnings came through, up another 8.26%, up another $15. Autolive jumped up 1.55%. And so that's where we are. Let's take a look at some of our ETFs, and the financials continue to move well. This is a Brazilian company getting close to a breakout. I guess if they could just get above this previous high, might be an early buy, or gonna go right around the tops. It's pretty close to an early buy based on drawing the line here, or you could wait until they get into the blue shaded area. The regional banking sector is firming up. Looks like they may be getting ready for a breakout. They were up 1.67% today. Energy pulled back a little bit today. We'll just kind of see where that all happens tomorrow. I had put on the triple leveraged on the oil. It's down about 2.36% today. Put on HAL and ET. ET actually moved up. Natural gas midstream, liquid transportation and storage. Put on Frontline. Pull back a little bit here today. And this is a long-term holding. Put it on around 65.70. Way back. I guess you can't quite see where I put that on. believe it was right around this area when it broke out. Put that initially on. On Thursday, Meta has their earnings report. Meta continues to do well. This is where Meta and Google are. Google is up slightly today, and Meta crossed 400 and just keeps on going. Microsoft keeps going. See where the real estate got a little bump in the real estate today. Software continues to pop. HubSpot, CRM, they really broke out today. I have a watch list of 47 different companies. Share that with you in a little bit. Technology moved a little bit, not too much here. The metals continue to do well. Really got a big bounce there. Semiconductors up a little over 1%. Airlines, Ryanair was strong earlier, gapped up, continues higher, up 2.64%, strongest area in airlines. Home builders up slightly, 0.84%. Take a look at stocks in this area. Dreamfinders, one of the leaders, had a nice pop up there. Lennar, the Pulte Group, and this is the latest IPO in this area. And I tried to get in earlier this morning. I could only get 5 shares delivered at the price I wanted, but it continues moving up. Looks pretty strong. And I'm thank you. Continues moving up. And I believe we even got a move with Tesla today. Tesla up 4%. And Apple pulled back to its 50-day moving average. So that's what was moving today. Let's take a look at, we'll share my watch list. Here we go. That didn't work. Let me try it one more time. Here's our watch list. AZEC, which kind of broke out today. Comfort Systems, ELF, Datadog, Gas, Goose, HUBS, which we just looked at, XP, which we looked at. So, an app, which we looked at. Let's take a look at these top two, and I think we'll close the show with that. Here's AZEC, design, manufacture low maintenance residential commercial buildings. Looks like they're breaking out here. Looks like a pocket pivot, up 3.31%. Pretty good volume the last 2 out of the 3 days. And Comfort Systems breaking out here as well today. Volume increase from Friday, up 2.72%. Before we close the show, let's just take a look at the cryptocurrencies starting to move again. MicroStrategy, bought it over here at 481. At one point, it was up to 525 today. Had a little bit of a pullback. BitO popped here. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust popped as well. And this is one of the miners. It had a big pop, was up to $2.55. So it had a kind of a big pullback here towards the end of the day. And then we'll take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is up 3.44% as well. So it looks like, for the moment anyway, the pullback in crypto has kind of run its course. So that's our show for today. We look forward to getting back on track with the financial news tomorrow. Hope everybody has a great day. Keep going out there working on your goals. Keep working on your activities, and you'll be surprised where you end up. If you have any questions on your financial goals, feel free to send us a comment. In the meantime, this is Mornings with Michael. For information, educational purposes. It's up to you to do your own due diligence. In the meantime, I hope everybody has a great week.